The mysterious photograph taken by NASA's Mars Curiosity rover recently went viral, capturing what appeared to be a tic-tac-shaped object hovering above the planet's surface. The image quickly sparked widespread discussion, with many questioning whether it was a natural anomaly or something far more extraordinary. However, in a shocking development, NASA has since deleted the image from its archives, fueling speculation that the agency is engaged in a cover-up. The sudden removal of the photograph has only intensified the debate, with some asserting that NASA is hiding evidence of extraterrestrial activity on Mars. The photograph in question became a sensation online, drawing comparisons to the tic-tac UFOs reported by military pilots and civilians on Earth. The tic-tac-shaped objects have been a focal point in discussions about unidentified aerial phenomena, particularly after the US Navy confirmed their encounters with similar fast-moving unidentified craft. The similarities between those sightings and what appeared in the Mars image have led many to believe that the same mysterious entities may be operating both on Earth and in space. NASA has not provided an official explanation for why the image was removed, leaving room for speculation to run rampant. Some UFO researchers argue that the deletion is further proof that the agency is actively suppressing evidence of unexplained phenomena. They suggest that Mars may not be the barren, lifeless planet it is often presented to be, and that there may be more activity occurring on the red planet than the public is being led to believe. If tic-tac UFOs have been witnessed by military personnel on Earth, it raises the possibility that these objects are not confined to our planet, but may be part of a larger, interplanetary phenomenon. Online users who have spent years analyzing NASA's vast archive of Mars images argue that this is not the first time anomalies have been spotted on the planet's surface. Over the years, various rover photographs have shown unusual objects, some of which appear to resemble artificial structures, bright flashes of light, and strange formations that defy easy explanation. While NASA typically dismisses these findings as natural geological formations or camera artifacts, the persistence of these anomalies continues to fuel theories that there is more to Mars than what has been officially disclosed. One of the most compelling aspects of the deleted photograph is the resemblance of the tic-tac-shaped object to previously reported UAPs. The tic-tac UFOs recorded by the US Navy were described as highly maneuverable, silent, and capable of defying known physics. If a similar object was captured hovering above Mars, it could suggest that these craft are not bound by Earth's atmosphere and may have the capability of operating in space and on other planets. This possibility has led some to believe that Mars may be a point of interest, or even a base for these unidentified objects. The removal of the photograph has only strengthened calls for greater transparency from NASA regarding what it knows about unexplained aerial and space phenomena. Many believe that we are reaching a turning point where governments and space agencies will be pressured to disclose more about what they have observed beyond Earth. The recent release of declassified UAP reports by the US government has shown that unidentified objects are taken seriously at the highest levels of authority. If similar objects are now being seen on Mars, it raises questions about whether space agencies have known more about these anomalies than they have admitted to the public. Adding to the intrigue, this is not the first time NASA has been accused of covering up evidence. Over the years, former employees and whistleblowers have claimed that images and data related to unexplained phenomena have been edited or removed before being released to the public. Some former NASA personnel have alleged that images of structures, UFOs, and other anomalies on the Moon and Mars have been altered or classified to keep certain discoveries hidden. While these claims remain controversial, they continue to fuel speculation that the agency is withholding critical information. Another aspect that has caught the attention of UFO researchers is the idea that NASA's sudden removal of the photograph may be part of a broader effort to control the narrative around extraterrestrial encounters. Some believe that the world's major space agencies and governments are preparing the public for gradual disclosure. By carefully selecting which information is released and which is suppressed, they can manage the reaction and avoid panic. If NASA's deletion of the tic-tac-shaped object photo is indeed part of such a strategy, it suggests that full disclosure may still be a long way off. The deletion of the photograph has reignited debates about the true nature of the objects seen on Mars. Are they natural formations, simple camera artifacts, or something far more advanced? Regardless of the answer, The controversy surrounding the image demonstrates the growing demand for open discussion about space anomalies. As technology improves and more private space exploration companies become involved in planetary research, it may become increasingly difficult for any single entity to control the flow of information. For now, the mystery of the tic-tac-shaped object on Mars remains unresolved. Whether it was an anomaly or something far more profound, its sudden removal from NASA's archives has only intensified curiosity and suspicion. The debate over its significance will continue, and as more discoveries are made, the pressure for transparency in space exploration will likely increase. The possibility that we are not alone in the universe remains one of the greatest questions of our time, and moments like this only serve to deepen the mystery. For years, NASA has faced accusations of deliberately cutting the live feed from the International Space Station whenever an unidentified flying object appears. Many who closely monitor the International Space Station cameras have pointed out a suspicious pattern. Every time an unexplained object enters the frame, the feed is suddenly cut, replaced with either a placeholder message or a blank screen. This has fueled speculation that NASA is actively concealing evidence of extraterrestrial activity from the public. One of the most widely discussed incidents occurred in July 2016, when viewers noticed a mysterious object entering Earth's atmosphere. As the object became clearer, the feed was abruptly cut, leaving many frustrated and suspicious. This was not the first time such an event had taken place. Similar interruptions had occurred in October 2014 and January 2015, with many observers believing that NASA deliberately halted the footage to prevent public scrutiny. Each of these cases only added to the growing belief that space agencies are aware of, but unwilling to disclose, the presence of UFOs. The pattern of these interruptions follows a strikingly consistent formula. The moment a UFO-like anomaly appears, the feed is suddenly disrupted without any warning or explanation. Sometimes the screen goes black, while at other times a message appears citing technical difficulties. Viewers who have tracked these events argue that the repeated instances are too perfectly timed to be simple malfunctions. They believe that NASA is hiding something significant and that these technical difficulties are nothing more than a cover-up. This theory is further supported by the fact that the space station's cameras generally function smoothly without issue for extended periods. If technical problems were the sole explanation, they would presumably occur randomly, rather than precisely when an unexplained object appears on screen. This pattern has led UFO enthusiasts and researchers to argue that these shutdowns are intentional and designed to keep the public from witnessing something extraordinary. One of the prevailing theories is that NASA is concealing knowledge of extraterrestrial technology. If UFOs are indeed appearing near the space station, then space agencies may have a vested interest in keeping their presence secret. Some believe that revealing the truth about extraterrestrial craft would cause widespread panic, disrupt global stability, or challenge existing power structures. Others speculate that world governments are already in contact with extraterrestrial beings and that the presence of their craft near the International Space Station is part of an ongoing, classified operation. NASA has consistently denied any accusations of a cover-up. The agency explains that maintaining live streams from the space station is a complex process, often subject to technical interruptions. The transmission of live footage from space involves relays through multiple satellites and ground stations, and any disruption in the signal can cause the feed to be cut out. NASA has reiterated that these interruptions are not deliberate, and that there is no coordinated effort to suppress evidence of UFOs. Skeptics argue that the most plausible explanation is a combination of natural phenomena and technological limitations. Objects seen on the International Space Station's feed are often dismissed as space debris, camera artifacts, or reflections from the station itself. NASA's official stance is that viewers sometimes misinterpret lens flares, ice particles, or other mundane occurrences as UFOs. According to the agency, the timing of the feed disruptions is purely coincidental. However, this explanation has failed to satisfy those who have witnessed the live feed interruptions firsthand. Many believe that the sheer number of cases, spanning multiple years, cannot be dismissed as mere coincidences. They argue that even if some objects are misidentified, it does not explain why NASA seems to react with abrupt feed cuts, rather than allowing the footage to continue. Further adding to the mystery, Some astronauts have spoken publicly about unexplained phenomena witnessed in space. Former NASA astronauts such as Edgar Mitchell and Gordon Cooper have hinted at the existence of extraterrestrial life and classified government knowledge of UFOs. Their statements suggest that at least some members of the space community believe there is more to the story than what NASA is willing to admit. Public interest in UFOs has surged in recent years, especially following the release of declassified US government documents confirming the existence of unidentified aerial phenomena. The fact that official agencies are now acknowledging these occurrences has made many question why NASA remains tight-lipped on the subject. If US military pilots have reported encounters with unknown craft, it stands to reason that astronauts may have seen similar objects in space. Given the mounting evidence and testimonies, many believe that a push for transparency is necessary. Some researchers argue that NASA and other space agencies should release unedited space station footage and allow independent experts to analyze it. If there is truly nothing to hide, then full disclosure should pose no threat. The debate surrounding the space station live feed interruptions continues to grow, with new incidents adding fuel to the fire. Whether due to technical malfunctions or a deliberate effort to suppress information, the fact remains that unexplained objects have been appearing in space for decades. Until NASA provides more detailed explanations or allows unrestricted access to their data, speculation will persist.